Our daughter, Abigail, was about 18 months old. She was real little. And actually, we were sitting in the living room of our house, and I was sitting on the floor with her, just playing with her. He was flipping through the channels, just TV, and came across a Victoria's Secret, is that what it was? Mm-hmm. A Victoria's Secret Angels runway fashion show. And I just remember looking at the television feeling super uncomfortable with everything that was on the TV. And so I asked him, from what I remember, pretty politely, can we change this? I don't really want to watch this. And he was like, no, I don't want to. And it was in that moment, we ended up kind of getting into a bit of a heated argument, and through the course of a very long conversation that evening, kind of really chipping away at some things, came to the realization that it was actually an issue, that this was actually something he sought out and enjoyed watching. And I didn't know until that moment that this was actually a problem.
I had been raised in a home where that was a normality. Mm-hmm. And so I really didn't see that there was anything wrong with it. Plus, as part of the story, I was very new Christian, mm-hmm. very baby Christian, and didn't know that was wrong. Didn't know it was not something I should be doing.
Before that, I actually had no clue. I had no idea at all that anything was going on. When we kind of got to the root of this is a problem, I just said, well, you need to stop. You need to be done with this. And he said, okay.
As a part of her putting the brakes on it, for me, it was more so okay, well, this isn't something that can be known now. This is something that maybe for a period of time I was like, oh, okay, well, don't do that. But deep down, it was still something that was going to happen. And now it was just made known that it needed to be under wraps and secret.
I didn't know he was still silently struggling and just kind of kept pushing it down. And I really thought we were doing well at this point. I'm on staff at a church. I'm in leadership. He's on the deacon board of the church, and we're doing really great. We are, like I said, super involved. And I was at a staff meeting, and our senior pastor came to the staff and said, there's this thing called the Conquer series, and there's these videos and whatever, but he's talking about the 7 pillars and all of that. And he said, I'm going to divvy up all these DVDs if y'all want to just watch them. Let me know what you think. Everybody around the table voted, yes, let's bring this. And so we talked to the gentleman who wanted to bring it. He said, Pure Desires changed my life. I would love to bring this to our church. And so he launched a group, the very first group of its kind at our church. And I told Asher, I said, you've got to go. You've just got to go be a support. You're on the deacon board. With our history, you should just go and you should support these men. You know what it's like. You should go and be a part of this. And I didn't have to convince him. He was like, yeah, all right, I'll go and check it out. And he did.
From the very first week, the very first DVD of that Conquer series, I was enthralled because for the first time I had experienced hope. I had seen a light at the end of the tunnel. I had understood that it wasn't just that I was bad, but that there was so much more that went into it. And I don't remember what week it was that I came home and was just like, oh, this is the best, this is the best. And she looks at me and she was like, well, okay, I gotta ask, why are you so into this? I thought that this was just something that you'd like. I didn't realize that this was something that would hit you so hard.
I was devastated. It kind of went back to that place and wondered over the last several years what was real, what wasn't real. Has he been struggling this whole time? Has he been lying to me this whole time? And then I wanted to leave. I didn't think that I could do this one more time. And I started to see behavior change, though. I started to see hope and a shift in him. Every counseling session, every recovery group, everything prior to that I really just didn't think anything was going to be different. He never changed his behavior it was a lot of lip service, and there really was something truly different about Pure Desire when he started walking through the 7 pillars and really started doing the work. I saw the shift. I saw a difference. It wasn't just him telling me that it was going to be different. I actually saw that there was a difference in him, and there was hope for the first time.
And I would say that through this and through the healing, I've been able to love my wife with an intimacy and be able to have that intimacy with her that we never had. I know that I feel it on a regular basis, and I just think that our marriage has blossomed because of it.
Having trust broken and kind of being in that role of having been betrayed and having trust betrayed. Every day that goes by with recovery and healing and that trust being built and action shown, that behavior is changed and heart change and all of these other things. I absolutely agree with just the intimacy of being closer, and we're closer now than we were before I think I ever even knew that he struggled with pornography.
As you just heard in Asher and Ashley's story, God is using Pure Desire to help rescue and transform marriages. And we know that stories like this are only the beginning. Now more than ever, lives and relationships are being destroyed by unwanted sexual behavior. Men and women trapped in this pattern can feel stuck and powerless. We know what that feels like, and we have helped thousands of men and women around the world, just like the seers, break free, heal their relationships, and get their lives back. You can be part of their healing journey too. Together we could help more men, women, and couples write a new story. Your generosity as a monthly giver makes the healing and restoration of more marriages, more stories possible. So consider this question: what story of healing could my gift create? Would you join with others through giving to create more stories of healing?